Hello, everybody. Welcome to TOI Digital, your daily guide to all that's happening in Indian cricket. Beyond the Boundary is the name of the show, and let's talk about the big clash which happened on Sunday. Not about the clash per se, but what happened post the match. And as always, I've got a power pack panel. I've got Dwaipen Datta from Chennai, and I've got Gaurav Gupta joining us from Chandigarh. Thanks a lot, gentlemen, for joining me today. Starting off with you, Dwaipen. A lot of drama that happened. Surya Kumar Yadav hit the winning shot, the six, and then walked off. Didn't wait for the Pakistani players to come and shake hands with him. The Pakistani players went up to the Indian dressing room hoping that they would come out and they would shake hands. So they were lined up, but the Indian team locked the door. What's going on?
Whatever is going on is what we can see. Whatever is going on. My point is, should this happen? Should this happen or should it not happen? Thing is, it is a game of narratives that everyone is playing. So India goes to play against Pakistan against a kind of pub, going against the public support, so to say, like people who back BCCI have been talking against that. Yesterday, who was the fall guy before the game started? It was the BCCI. We were in a show and we could see that. So India won. The blow was softened to an extent. And what was the and now what is the winning stroke? That winning stroke was not the six that Surya Kumar Yadav did. The winning stroke was not shaking hands. That was the winning stroke. So today, who is the hero? BCCI. Though all those who were criticizing BCCI yesterday is criticizing BCCI and the people who control BCCI today. So BCCI is basically killing two birds with one stick and controlling the narrative, and we are playing to that tune as to the best that we can. Even Pakistan is doing that. Pakistan is making a song and dance about India not shaking hands. They see there is precedence of people of players teams like in 2023 French Open. Svetolina, after her match with Sabalenka, Svetolina is from Ukraine. After her match with Sabalenka, she did not shake hands, who is from Russia. So, after her match. So, there is precedence. It is not that it is unheard of. But, but of course, the way India behaved, as far as I am concerned, the way from where I come from, it looked immensely rude to me. So if I was Pakistan, I would have all the right in the world to be hurt. I would have internalized the hurt and try to hurt India where it hurts most, the cricket field. They have two games here and maybe two in the T20 World Cup. If they can beat India there, nothing will be remembered. All that will be remembered is Pakistan beating India.
Gigi, now we hear late last night the Pakistan Cricket Board put out a media release saying that their manager has complained to the ICC about the match referee. And interestingly, in the release, they say that Andy Pycroft, the match referee, said not to shake hands at the toss. And I could see that when that was happening. And then they also, I believe that their director, international cricket, Usman Wala, has now been sacked or suspended for this whole handshake gate, for want of a better word. Now, where do you see this going? Because were you surprised by what happened first at the post-match presentation, then the handshake, and I think what riled them was the fact that they spoke about Operation Sindoor as well at the post-match press conference. That is Surya Kumar Yadav.
Yeah, my thing is very simple. If, as Vipin said, there's so much outrage against the BCCI and the Indian team for going ahead and playing this match in this tournament, then why? I mean, that outrage. I guess the BCCI got rattled by it in the end, and they realized that one way to tackle it was for the Indian captain to do all what he did, and for the Indian team to do what they did, not shake hands, and the captain to not shake hands, and the captain to say something in the press conference that was obviously linked to people's sentiments and so on and so forth. But if you had to do all this, then why bother turning up there in the first place? Why not just simply say at the boardroom meeting that look, the Asia Cup cannot happen or India Pakistan match cannot happen. At least keep us in separate groups because of the kind of tensions that have prevailed since the Pahalgam terror attack. And people in India are hurt by the sentiments. Their sentiments are hurt by what has happened, and there's a lot of anti-Pakistan sentiment floating around in the country. So it would best make sense to at least not keep them in the same group if the tournament itself has to be avoided to be held. So I think once you gave that green signal for the tournament to be held and for India Pakistan match, sorry, to be held at least twice, right, and kept India and Pakistan in the same group. Then to go ahead and do all this, ये मुझे थोड़ा सा समझ नहीं, थोड़ा सा मतलब ये अभी it's gone to a level where obviously everybody knows that this is the BCCI and the Indian cricket team's way of sort of saving face in the situation and keeping the fans showing the fans that look, power, your sentiments matter to us. All that is fine, but then ये इस तरह से करना end में आके obviously it's in bad taste, and I'm waiting to see how the world reacts to this. The rest of the sporting world. We have seen a fake Ricky Ponting quote, which is obviously not genuine. Ponting saying something on Sky Sports, which was floating around on social media. But the fact is, will you be able to do this in the Olympics? Will a Neeraj Chopra? I don't know about the rules. I'm curious to know. Will a Neeraj Chopra be able to say exactly what Surya Kumar Yadav said after India beating Pakistan, that I dedicate my medal to the Operation Sindoor and to the victims of
I
Pahalgam terror attack and
I
my
I, I
armed forces.
believe I believe Neeraj
Yeah,
Chopra and Arshad Nadeem will be face to face at the World Championship in Tokyo
exactly.
in the
Exactly.
next
So the
couple of
way
days.
things
Yeah.
are going, Chandresh, all your teams are facing a threat of how do they go about tackling this match now? I mean, the next number is first we have a match on 21st, which looks highly unlikely to me now. Super four stage match
Oh,
between India and
you're
Pakistan.
saying a big thing, so that match may not happen.
मुझे तो बहुत डाउट लग रहा है बिकॉज मेरे पास दोपहर से रिपोर्ट्स आ रही हैं दैट पाकिस्तान इज थ्रेटनिंग टू पुल आउट unless the match referee is changed. India is obviously going to back the match referee till the end. So where this is going to end, I don't know. The match referee, Pakistan is saying that the match referee should have ensured that the Surya was asked to shake hands at the toss, and for the play, he should have forced the Indian players also to shake hands. And they also want the match referee to take action against Sky for saying what he did in the press conference. Now, all that is not going to happen, obviously, with the cloud that India enjoys, in world cricket. So I don't know this where this whole conflict is heading. पाकिस्तान थ्रेटन कर रहा है विड्रॉ करने के, भैया मुझे लगता है विड्रॉ कर ही जाएंगे वो, और उनके विड्रॉ करने से कोई क्या फर्क पड़ेगा टूर्नामेंट पे, वो देखना बाकी है. टूर्नामेंट सेल्फ आगे बढ़ता है नहीं बढ़ता है. But this was all a needless controversy, honestly. But in the present circumstances, it was waiting to happen, considering the backdrop of this tournament.
Now, Dwaipan, the big question, and that's something that someone else also asked over here. Shubham Mishra has asked this question. Sir, क्या ये same चीज Women's World Cup में भी होगा क्या? Because remember, in about 3 weeks' time, India and Pakistan are going to face off in Colombo in the Women's World Cup. Are we expecting the same thing during the Women's World Cup, or is it limited only to the men's team?
No, I think it will be. This is going to repeat itself over and over again now. It will play out over and over again, unless, of course, there is a Neeraj Chopra who has a mind of his own and he can do what he wants to do, or he has normally done what he wants to do. Beyond that, the other sports entities that India have, they are also heavily influenced or dictated by the powers at the center. That I think this is going to continue. This is going to go on. This is not just, it's not just about men's cricket. It will happen to women's cricket. It will happen to hockey as and when they play. There is a junior World Cup which in Pakistan may or may not come. So there are a lot of issues. So there is a lot of India-Pakistan cricket, that is India-Pakistan sport, that is supposed to happen. My only hope is Neeraj Chopra. Beyond that, I do not see any hope for any other sports in India.
Okay, Gigi, there's a super chat from Shivangi worth 200 rupees. She says a journal named AT went instantly live post match and went crazy on how VK or Boom hugged once. So VK means Virat Kohli, Boom means Bumrah. Till 2024, when Gigi used to hug Akram, not you, the other Gigi, Gautam Gambhir used to hug Akram. Kohli averages 100 plus versus PCB. Got 100 this year in CT2 versus PCB. He owns PCB. So now this is a different narrative altogether, completely different narrative.
नहीं देखिए इन द पास्ट तो camaraderie between the players used to be good, you know, and I think the Pahalgam attack has really shook the nation. You know, it shook India's core, and things changed after that. You know, this whole I think the players also sort of they're human beings at the end of the day, and they feel very strongly about what happened, and you know about Pakistan festering terrorism and this whole thing about Pakistan supporting terrorism and hence having issues with Pakistan playing against Pakistan on a cricket field or a sporting field. बट मुझे ये समझ नहीं आ रहा जब ऑलरेडी इतना कुछ बीजेपी ने हमको हमको रूलिंग गवर्नमेंट ने बताया है कि क्यों खेल रहे हैं पाकिस्तान से बिकॉज आवर स्पोर्ट्स पर्सन विल बी थ्रेटन्ड दे विद सैंक्शंस आवर टीम्स विल बी थ्रेटन्ड विद सैंक्शंस जब ये चीज क्लियर हो गई है तो फिर हम क्यों बार बार मतलब ये सब करके भी आप सैंक्शंस ही फेस करेंगे एट द एंड ऑफ द डे once you are there in the contest, I guess you go ahead and play normally as sports persons. You know, you shake hands, you do whatever, and you tell your people that you need to do this at the international level. You cannot be rude and you cannot be sort of completely cut off. तो ये चीज मतलब ये जो सब होता था कोहली हक करते थे ये वो दिस वाज ऑल बिफोर पहलगाम एंड बिफोर दिस काइंड ऑफ टेरर अटैक्स हैपेंड आई गेस दिस वाज अ घासली अटैक a ghastly terror attack which completely changed the whole which brought the country's anti-Pak sentiment to an all-time high you know so ये देख के थोड़ा सा मतलब काफी लोग हर्ट हुए हैं इस इंसिडेंट के बाद से सो आई गेस पुराने टाइम पे जाना और बोलना कि कोहली हक करते थे ये होता था बहुत कुछ होता था भाई टाइम तो एक वो भी था इंडिया पाकिस्तान यूज्ड टू प्ले बायलैटरल क्रिकेट from 78 to 91 to 89 they played a lot of bilateral cricket and then again from in 1998-99 they played bilateral cricket then 3 4 to 7 8 they played a lot of bilateral cricket before the 26/11 attacks happened so ऐसा नहीं है कि in the past बहुत कुछ हुआ है but this is India Pakistan relations is very dynamic you cannot go back to a 1983 incident and say अरे एक टाइम तो ये लोग वर्ल्ड कप इकट्ठे होस्ट कर रहे थे they ganged up together and they brought the world cup to the subcontinent भाई वो times were different these times are different you know this since the last 10 years they have executed 3 deadly terror attacks on our soil in Uri and then in Pulwama and now Pahalgam so the country's anti-Pakistan sentiment is at an all-time high so I guess these are different times and it's futile to go back to what happened previously and how there was camaraderie between the cricketers and all both the countries वो time चला गया
Okay, as you can expect, there's a lot of emotions running high today after last night, and we'll take some quick questions. Vivek Bhagat says PCB new drama starts. Cry baby. Arvind Atreya says who will fear PCB? Bhavik Haswani says these handshake drama was used by BCCI and Indian government to save it from the hate and criticism it is getting for playing against Pakistan. And Sports says emotions of victims is no joke. You should have empathy to know that. So what do you think, Didi?
Yes, absolutely. Emotions of victims is no joke. Emotions of victims was no joke in 26/11 also. We played Pakistan in the Champions Trophy in less than 1 year in South Africa. Emotions of victims in Kargil War was also no joke. We played Pakistan in the 2 or 3 months
In the
in the
same
World
when it was going on.
when it was going on. So,
Yeah.
It is it is never inconsequential. So, if you want to take a real stand, if you really want to take a stand, then don't play. I am saying like don't play. There is the option of not playing, but
4 feet.
you forfeit or you don't play that tournament whatever or forfeit if you think that like we have seen teams like teams not going to Zimbabwe because to take a stand into 2003 World Cup. We had seen that Australia not going to Zimbabwe because they wanted to take a stand. These things we have seen, so it is not unheard of. India could easily have forfeited the Pakistan game yesterday. They would still have made the last in the last fourth stage. So there is no problem in that. So, but problem is BCCI wants the money also. India wants the money. India wants everything to happen, and then the problem is the convenient narrative that the powers try to peddle. That is my problem. That is the problem I have. Uh, Everything, turning everything into a convenient tool, that is the problematic thing that I feel should be taken care of.
There's a super chat once again from Shivangi. She's asking us a 40 rupee super chat. Thanks a lot, Shivangi. Then why is that journal criticizing the 2022 hugs? Basically, what happened between Virat Kohli and the others. Uh, what do you make of this, the Gigi? Question for you.
It's ridiculous. I think to go back and question कि विराट ने 22 में क्यों हक किया प्लेयर्स को पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर्स को आफ्टर अ मैच और बिफोर अ मैच इट्स जस्ट रबिश एब्सोल्युटली यू नो दैट आई मीन उनको नहीं पता था कि 3 साल बाद जाके पुलवामा हो जाएगा सडनली अप्रैल 22 को तो ये तो एक बहुत अनफॉर्चुनेट इंसिडेंट है जो अभी हुआ है एंड एज वेपन सेड इंडिया पाकिस्तान रिलेशंस हैव बीन ऑन द बॉइल फॉर अ लॉन्ग टाइम and we have played cricket in those very disturbing times like Kargil and a year after the 26/11 attacks on neutral territory at least we used to play them in multi-nation tournaments. ये जो भी सोशल मीडिया आने के बाद में एक नैरेटिव पूरा बना है of continuous hatred and inciting hatred and taking us to a point where of no return of hatred. ये अभी हुआ है सोशल मीडिया आने के बाद में. So I guess cricket is just unfortunately on the worst side of it, and cricket industry will suffer. If we don't sort of if we keep at this approach, I personally feel that is my this thing that playing and I'm part of a lot of WhatsApp cricket groups and there's a huge debate around. ऐसा नहीं है कि सब लोग कह रहे हैं कि पाकिस्तान से नहीं खेलना चाहिए in multi-nation events. A lot of people are also recognizing the damage that can be caused if India stop playing Pakistan in across sports in multi-nation events. They can imagine that India will obviously not get hosting rights to even the SAF, South Asian games or even your para games in international cricket. Nothing you will get para games or any sort of games. So to organize international competitions and the ruling party is very very clear that they want to organize the Commonwealth Games, Asian Games, and the Olympics after that eventually. For that, they would need to invite all the countries, including Pakistan. So there's a bit of a that was an issue there. But going back and criticizing players for what they did in 22-23, it's ridiculous, it's pointless and futile. मतलब फालतू की बातें हैं ये. Nobody imagined that things will only get worse, relations will only get worse. I actually thought that when cricket resumed after COVID, things will get better, between India and Pakistan in terms of cricket. Because the players were never had issues with each other. और matches cordially हो रहे थे. I remember Rohit Sharma teasing Babar Azam, शादी कब कर रहे हो करके. I guess you will remember 22, I think UAE में जो एशिया कप था उस टाइम पे. तो like that. तो अभी आप कह लो रोहित शर्मा को कि वो ऐसा क्यों कह रहे थे बाबर को, उनको क्या मतलब है बाबर की उससे पर्सनल लाइफ से. तो nobody imagined that things would get to this point, but now they have unfortunately have. We are seeing the after effects.
Didi, as you can expect, all the questions are related to this particular issue only. What is the solution? What is the solution to this? Because now the players are expected to play up to a standard and prove their patriotism. So, what is the solution that can be found? Is not playing them like we did with, like I spoke about yesterday, like we did with South Africa in '74 and handed them the Davis Cup on a platter in '74. Is that the solution? Or you play them and earn the 2 points?
See, South Africa, since the time apartheid started in the 1940s, India did not play South Africa. That was a call that they had taken. That was a stand that Indian government at that point of time, post independence, had taken. They were anti-apartheid, and they never played South Africa, and that included the Davis Cup final also. So that was a different era, different time. So. This about this thing, what do I say, like there is no solution to it. I think the way I see it, India Pakistan, if cricket is a small world, you have only 7 8 nations play, and in that the 2 or 3 rivalries that matter is among those, India Pakistan is one of the rivalries. ICC, the way media rights have been sold, like the television companies, those who own the media rights, they will not allow an ICC event or an ACC event to happen without an India Pakistan game, because they need the return, they need the revenue. because you cannot sell any other match the way you can sell an India Pakistan match. So the revenue comes from that match. So India, for cricket to stay, India Pakistan has to stay. There is no running away from it. Otherwise, the media rights money, there is no return for the media rights money. People have to understand. And in that case, you play Pakistan. So if Pakistan, India, Pakistan in multinational tournaments have to go on, let it go on, and be as civil and as cordial as you can be. I know for a fact that these players are friends. Most, I do not know about this group per se, but I know about groups before that. You, me, all of us know how friendly Indian and Pakistani players were. I know how much trouble Saurav Ganguly took to have Shoaib Akhtar in his first IPL team. Like he had two or three Pakistani players, Hafiz,
Mohammad
Shoaib,
Hafiz,
Mohammad
Salman
Hafiz,
Butt, Salman Butt.
Salman Bhat, Shoaib Akhtar. So the first IPL they played, the Pakistani players played. The winning shot was hit by a Pakistani player, Sohail Tanveer. We have forgotten all these things. That is another matter. But I think India Pakistan need to play for the sake of cricket, and they should be in this world of sharp polarizations. You have to take sides. So and this, you either you are black or you are white. There is no place for a nuance. So what you can do is be civil, at least be civil on the face, and play. India Pakistan has to play. I am telling you, even this Gigi is saying that Pakistan may pull out. I don't think they will finally pull out. There, some
So,
sort of a solution or a face saver will be achieved, and then
so
they will continue playing. Why shoot the messenger? Andrew Pycroft was saying what BCCI told them to. What is the point of shooting a messenger?
So there's a question from Urvashi Rao, Didi for you. Didi sir, are you trying to say playing Pakistan is more important than a nation's prestige and honor?
No, I'm not saying so. When did I say so? But what is about, like, where has India lost to, where is the nation's prestige hurt when you are playing Pakistan? When you are beating Pakistan hands down on a field of cricket, in a way you are giving it back to Pakistan. You are beating them. You are thrashing them also. It is not about uh, like I do not think that you are demeaning your country by playing Pakistan, because Pakistan also doesn't stand to gain much uh, like it is for the health of the sport that they should play. That is what I am saying. And India and Pakistan have at least on paper they have never been friends, but they have maintained the cricket relations for the last how many years? From 47 to 2025. So they have maintained, barring those small those phases of bilateral cricket that they have not played. But till till 75 there was no bilateral cricket. There was no multinational cricket. So they have played that. So, and there have been wars fought. So let's go back to history. Why? What is the importance of history? History gives us perspective. So if we have lived with it, then let us live with it. I do not see a problem in playing a sport with a country who, for me, every Pakistani is not an enemy. They are not an enemy. The terrorists are my enemies, but not the every Pakistani walking the street is not my enemy. I can make that difference. I don't know whether you can make the difference or not. That I don't know.
So you mean me or Gigi or Urvashi Rao?
No. Whoever they asked me the question.
Okay, okay, fine. Gigi, one big thing has happened. Today, the match is between Oman and UAE. And the Oman captain is an Indian origin guy, Jatinder Singh, who still has an Indian passport. And the UAE captain is a Pakistani passport holder, Mohammad Wasim. They shook hands at the toss. Now, is that okay? And also, Shubman Gill was sharing tips with Hong Kong players all of whom had Pakistani passports.
हाँ, but
Remember,
वो they are
Pakistan.
not direct.
No, no, they are all Pakistani passport holders.
अब यार वो लोग हांगकांग के लिए खेल रहे हैं तो मतलब वो पाकिस्तानी ठप्पा हट गया उनसे, दैट इज हाउ दे इट इज व्यूड इन इंडिया। एंड वो दूसरा जो लॉट है वो हांगकांग, वो दूसरे जो है वो जितेंद्र सिंह, वो ओमान के कप्तान है अभी, और वो जो मोहम्मद वसीम है वो यूएई के कप्तान है। तो मतलब दे हैव मूव टू डिफरेंट कंट्रीज, सो आई गेस उससे किसी को
But
फर्क
they,
पड़ता नहीं है। और
but
वो हाई प्रोफाइल
they
इंडिया
don't,
पाकिस्तान मैच है ना चंद्रेश,
but they don't have the
वो हाई।
passport of UAE or Oman or Hong Kong.
हाँ, बट वो सब कोई यहाँ कोई पासपोर्ट दिखने नहीं बैठा है, यहाँ पर सब लोग सेंटिमेंट पे इस समय खेल रहे हैं, या फिर हर्ट हो रहे हैं, या फिर फील कर रहे हैं। बस पूरा खेल सेंटिमेंट का है यहाँ पर, एक कंट्री के। बस तो ये इंडिया ने अपने सेंटिमेंट दिखा दिए कि भाई दिस इज आवर सेंटिमेंट एंड वी आर हर्ट, एंड दिस इज हाउ, इफ इवन इफ वी हैव टू प्ले यू, दिस इज हाउ वी विल प्ले यू, विल नॉट शेक हैंड्स, एंड इन द प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस वी विल सॉर्ट ऑफ go hard at you. Sorry, we'll dedicate to our armed forces and do so on and so forth. अब मुझे लग रहा है कल को पाकिस्तान का कैप्टन भी सुपर 4 राउंड में अगर आप खेलेंगे उनसे, अगर एट ऑल वो मैच, कल तो बात लगता है वो मैच होगा नहीं, लेकिन अगर वो हुआ तो उसके बाद में अगर पाकिस्तान कैप्टन भी अगर ये सब बोलता है चीजें कि वी डेडिकेट टू आवर पाकिस्तान आर्म फोर्सेस, एंड उनका कौन सा जो ऑपरेशन बनियान मासूद जो भी वो हुआ था, वो बुनियान वो उसके नाम लेता है, ये वो करता है, और तो फिर देन हाउ यू गोइंग टू रिएक्ट, एंड व्हाट इज द एंड ऑफ दिस जिंगोइज्म, दैट वी हैव टू सी। लेकिन आई गेस ये बीसीसीआई का और इंडियन गवर्नमेंट का एक स्टैंड था जिसको सूर्य कुमार यादव ने एग्जीक्यूट किया। माइट बी दैट सूर्य आल्सो हिमसेल्फ आल्सो फील स्ट्रांगली अबाउट this issue, and so do the Indian players. Indian players must have been feeling a lot of pressure, mind you, coming into this match with the amount of social media पे जिस तरह से इस मैच का चल रहा था, the Indian team was being panned and the BCCI was being panned. I'm sure Indian players do get affected, यार। मतलब they also have families, they also have relatives and everything, so कहीं ना कहीं उनको मतलब वो भी होगा मन में कि यार we need to take a certain stand because of the sentiments of the people involved. So I guess वो सब चीजें थी, but and
So,
that is all it has, yeah.
Gigi, I just want to know. We saw that uh, we all heard that tickets were not being sold for this match, but we saw nearly 80% capacity being filled up. Is at some level this is also a pressure of being on social media. If you are not on social media, you'll never know what is happening. You live in your
नहीं
own world
देखो,
because there's a life outside social media and we don't know about it.
that is true. That is true. A lot of this hate towards each other in India and Pakistan is driven by social media. मैं तो खुद ही बोलता हूँ, अगर अगर कारगिल वॉर के टाइम पे सोशल मीडिया होता, वो 100% वो मैच कभी नहीं होता 99 वर्ल्ड कप का, जिसमें वेंकटेश प्रसाद ने 5 विकेट लिया और इंडिया ने मैच जीता। amidst high tension between both the teams. But वहां पर सबने हाथ भी मिलाया, सब कुछ हुआ। The match was held normally and peacefully without any incident because social media नहीं था तब। सोशल मीडिया को मैं इसीलिए एक बहुत बड़ा evil मानता हूँ चंद्रेश, and I still feel that अगर सोशल मीडिया नहीं हो, we were better off, mankind was better off with just basic Facebook. ये so जब से ट्विटर आ गया, एक्स आ गया और ये सब आ गया, तो all these mediums can be fertile grounds to foment hate. और यही हुआ है, जो जितना मैंने देखा है, with lot of extremists on both the sides have done that. So, but then let's not get into the political part of the whole thing. मैं इसको क्रिकेट तक ही रखना चाहता हूँ। Basic thing is that cricket, I still feel that cricket should not get hurt. और अब या तो इंडिया ने आने तो आ गए, ये सब हो रहा है, somehow somebody sensible finds a way to douse this fire and to move on. Convince the Pakistan team, भैया हाथ नहीं मिला रहे हैं, let it be now. Just play your match and go away. Forget about हाथ मिलाना and ये वो. Try and understand where the Indian players are coming from, why their sentiments are hurt, why they have taken a certain stand. तो इसीलिए जो भी है अभी मतलब इस बात को I think hopefully some sane people will sit with the officials of both the countries and sort it out for good. If at all the Asia Cup has to survive, and really cricket has to survive, because as we all know, the next 3 weeks the women's team has to play. The Indian women's team has to play Pakistan women's team. अगर ऐसे ही चलता रहा, I'm sure the Harmanpreet Kaur and all will also be tense going to Colombo to play that game.
Okay, there's a big question coming up from Arvind Atreyas, and Didi, this is for you. Didi sir, what are you having?
मिठाई।
Okay, किस बात की मिठाई है?
इंडिया जीता इसलिए।
Okay. There's one more question. Tanya Suri has a question. Gigi and Didi. So I'll direct it to Didi first. What should Ravi Shastri, Gavaskar, Manjrekar, Uttappa do when they do commentary with Wasim Akram, Wakar, Ramiz, Bazid, Uruj, etc.? What should they do?
They should do nothing. They should do they should do what they are doing. When they do commentary, see, I interviewed Wasim Akram just 4 or 5 days back, and it was such a beautiful conversation. And like the respect that he has for Indian cricket, the respect that I have for Pakistan cricket. So uh, it will always be that what you are seeing is a version that the the powers want you to see. It is probably this animosity is not there between the people, between the players, between the commentators, between any, like, in this cricket industry, Indians and Pakistanis work together. We share notes, we take each other's help. It is a different world. I have been to different parts of the world. The only country that I have not been to is Pakistan, only cricket nation, and that will always, and I don't think that will happen ever again. So that will be a sad, true, like sad thing for me. But I have taken help from Pakistani journalists, even in England. They helped me set up a Zahir Abbas interview, because Zahir Abbas stays in London. All these things have happened. So there is no animosity between two human beings per se, because there is a war being fought.
Okay, we have a super chat, and this is for Gigi. Big Boys Toys, and this is worth 100 rupees. He, she, I don't know who it is. Actually, this government is caught. Nationalist stand is on stake. First time majority Indian army majors were against match with Gigi pressure on players. Not you, the other Gigi.
So क्या क्वेश्चन क्या है मतलब समझ नहीं पाया
So,
मैं क्या
so do you think that the government was caught in a tight spot?
It was 100%, because there were political parties. I think Shiv Sena didn't want this match to happen at all. I believe the AAP also got swung into action, and one of their prominent leaders, Harbhajan Singh, former India off spinner, made it clear. I was at that event in Mumbai when he said that personally I feel that they should not play. No cricket, no business should happen till the time things improve between India and Pakistan. वो improvement तो अब होने नहीं वाला है बहुत कुछ टाइम तक. तो I guess a few parties were vocal about it. Congress has not said anything. BJP, of
No,
course,
I
the
think
ruling party didn't stand. Yeah.
they also did a video and everything criticizing the
But then
government.
their own leader, Mr. Rajiv Shukla, attended the ACC meet in which India agreed to play in the Asia Cup, like that. And Asia Cup format was known to everyone that India will play Pakistan twice at least. I guess the least the organizers could have done was kept them in different groups. And knowing how weak Pakistan has become, perhaps Pakistan would not have advanced from that stage. And then we could have avoided an India-Pakistan match at least for the time being from the Asia Cup. But then ये हमारे telecasters और जो हमारा पूरा ecosystem है क्रिकेट का इतना greedy है कि हम लोग को लगता है कि नहीं ये मैच तो होना ही चाहिए. अरे भाई ये मैच नहीं हुआ. पहली बात तो पाकिस्तान टीम इज नॉट द सेम एनीमोर. दैट कॉन्टेस्ट इटसेल्फ हैज लॉस्ट इट्स चार्म. और अगर वो मैच होता है तो यू नो द पॉलिटिकल रिपरकशन, द टेंशंस, ये सब तो इसे अवॉइड किया जा सकता था. आई फील फॉर अ फ्यू डॉलर्स मोर ये मैच हुआ एंड वी हैव सीन द रिपरकशंस. नहीं होता तो मेरे ख्याल से दोनों ग्रुप में अलग अलग अपना दोनों टीमें शांति से खेलती, शायद सुपर फोर में एक बार बैठती, जो भी होता. तो but I could see all this coming when the legends, that whole fracas happened, where the Indian legend players, so called legends, उसमें आधे तो normal former cricketers हैं, former India, they could not play. They decided to boycott that match against Pakistan. मुझे लगा वहां से वो गड़बड़ शुरू हो गई थी, and I could anticipate that things are going to go from bad to worse from there. और वही हो रहा है. अनफॉर्चुनेटली ये क्रिकेट इंडस्ट्री में बार बार कह रहा हूँ बहुत हिट होने वाली है इस सबसे, और बहुत बुरी तरीके से. इसका इम्पैक्ट बहुत आगे जाके बढ़ता जाएगा. इंडिया का if this problem doesn't get resolved, India's ability to host events will get seriously affected. India's ability to participate in sporting events will be seriously affected. because everybody will be very clear on this, that you guys have an issue with Pakistan and you sort it out by, I mean, in whatsoever manner, but don't bring it to sporting events, because in Olympics and all this will not be allowed. What you are getting away with in cricket. So I guess ab jo hai so hai. I mean, you feel bad, but unfortunately, I'm a pessimistic person. I'm an optimistic person, and I'm hoping that somebody sits down with these two countries and sorts this issue out for good, and both the countries are asked to sort of step away from their hardened stance. That would include convincing the PCB that ab jo so ho gaya so ho gaya. If Indian players are not willing to shake hands with your players, forget about it. Just play a normal cricket match and look to beat them on the cricket field, as Vaipan said, and then look forward from there. And the Indian team management also needs to be told कि भाई देखो अब एक बार जो है आपके कैप्टन ने बोल दिया है with all the solidarity to Pelgam victims and Operation Sindoor and all that. Now he should not repeat these statements again, and he should just say that we would like to focus on cricket from here.
Didi, there's a question for you from Pooja Sharma. Didi, Pooja Sharma says, Didi, why does it always seem like you are always anti-India in your stance? Taking help from Pak journos, Pakistanis, you seem to think they are saints. Why?
Saints, even I am not a saint, so obviously they are not saints also. So there, no one is a saint out here. But I have had my problems with Pakistani journalists also, like somebody who very well with Chandresh. I had a major
I have
problem
no
with.
idea. I have no idea. I'm a pro-India,
I think I have
pure
a little bit of
Indian,
idea.
pure
During the
Indian.
20
I
during
don't
the
get involved in all
2015,
these things. I don't
somebody who
get
was
involved
your
in these things.
boss, I had a major problem in 2015 World Cups. Who
My
is a,
boss,
as
my
in
boss. I
when
am
you
an
were
Indian
working
boss.
when you were
I'm an
working
Indian.
in ICC. Yeah. So okay. So I had a problem also. Once I had and quite a severe problem at that. So no one is a saint out here, but but no one is an outright villain also. That is my point. Like, just as I am a normal human being with me with my follies, they are also the same. It is not. I don't. And let me tell you, like, even during the last ODI World Cup, when Pakistan was in Chennai for a while, and they were having their they were having a press conference where only Pakistani journalists are allowed. I requested that because I'm standing there in the heat, covering their practice, and then I can't talk to them. When he's talking to the Pakistani journalists, I cannot be a part of it because it's an exclusive press conference, which India doesn't do. So I was very angry at that point of time. But that will not turn me into an outright Pakistan hater. I may dislike something about them. I may like something about them. But hate is a very strong emotion, and it doesn't come naturally to me.
Okay, I hope you got your reply there. Gigi, now the one sticking point for the Indian team, I believe, is a post by Fahim Ashraf. He posted something, and much like what Shahid Afridi was a sticking point for the legends, Fahim Ashraf was a sticking point for the Indians. I believe so, because social media post of his went viral, almost demeaning India, I suppose. That's a question that Nagarjuna has. He says, how does Mike Hessen, PCT, and as in Pakistan cricket team, and Pakistani fans expect a handshake while having a moron like Fahim Ashraf in their team?
नहीं, ये बात तो बिल्कुल सही है. What Fahim Ashraf posted was in very very bad taste, and some of the Pakistani cricketers. But at that point in time, you have to also understand that emotions were running high and they were flying high, and दोनों साइड से बहुत इस तरह का ट्वीटिंग और वो हुआ. Some former India cricketers also. All of us were right behind our armed forces, and we were emotional about the terror attack at Pelgam, and we posted tweets, and we sort of backed our armed forces. So ये होता ही है. I agree that what Fahim Ashraf did wasn't very bad, and I told this to a former Pakistani cricketer who had issues with Indian players not shaking hands, and with Surya saying what he did in the press conference, and the match
So
referee not
you,
taking action.
so you
Sorry.
also spoke to a Pakistani former cricketer.
I was speaking to somebody, and that person also has issues with the Indian team. But I said, look, what what the Pakistani cricketers also posted was highly objectionable during Operation, the whole war that was going on between India and Pakistan in that whole early May period. So, and that person agreed with me कि हाँ वो भी गलत किया उन्होंने. Those posts were unwanted and uncalled for, and because see,
Can
cricketers,
you name the
sports
former
person should
cricketer?
remember, sports
Can you name the
person.
for? Can you name the former cricketer?
It was Asif Iqbal. I was in touch with Asif Iqbal, Mr. Asif Iqbal. So he's one of the gentleman cricketers, extremely well behaved and extremely, So he did not appreciate the way the Indian team conducted itself. And ठीक है, उनका एक viewpoint है, being a Pakistani, he felt hurt that Indian players ने हाथ नहीं मिलाया and so on and so forth. So like that. But I told him that that perhaps the Pakistani cricketers, some of their tweets were not in good taste, and that is what has hurt the Indian sentiment and the Indian team as well. And they cannot be seen to be shaking hands with somebody who's. That Fahim Ashraf post was ridiculous, absolutely. हमारे cricketers ने भी patriotic tweets और सब किया है, but they have not sort of mocked at the other country like this. It was in really, really poor taste. So I can understand where this is coming from. So galtiyan hui hai, from the other side as well. And as I say that every terror attack has taken the relations back by a few years. And the cricket relations have been most severely hit because of that. So it's pointless going back to कि 2011 में क्या हुआ था, 10 sorry 10 में क्या हुआ था, 6 में क्या हुआ था. Sorry.
Have a glass
That
of
time the
water.
things
Have a
were
glass of
better. Yeah, that time the things were better. But अभी वो नहीं है वैसा. अभी वैसा नहीं है. Things have, because of the dastardly terror attacks. And the last three, as I keep saying, the 16, 19, and the 25 attacks were extremely ghastly and inhuman. And that has brought the whole country on the same page with Pakistan, that no cricket, no business, nothing with them till the time things improve. We need to understand that as well, as sports journalists and all, ki iska impact hoga hi. Sport cannot live in vacuum. It is a part of a society and part of the whole culture and everything. So I guess unless these things stop, I thought Mr. Gavaskar was very, very, on the point before, when the Champions Trophy was on. I remember he went to that show, that कुछ एक boundary करके एक show होता है उनका, जिसमें वसीम अकरम वक्कार वगैरह आते हैं, and he told Fakre Alam, that host, that unless the things improve at the border and there are no incidents, we might actually see India-Pakistan cricket resume after a couple of years. I was there in the Champions Trophy. I could feel that camaraderie was returning slowly, And I remember we were talking to the Pakistani wicketkeeper, कौन है वो, who led to them to the Champions Trophy triumph in
Sarfaraz Ahmed.
2017. Sarfaraz Ahmed had come for an interview with us, and he said that Pakistani public is mad about Indian cricketers, and they would welcome the Indian cricket team with open arms if they go there and all that. So everything was slowly building up towards a return to normalcy, और उसके बाद ये incident हो गया. So every time things are looking like they are looking to get back on track, and then फिर एक बहुत बड़ा incident हो जाता है इस तरह का. So then I guess that is what has pissed people off completely in India, And unless that assurance is given, things are back on track. I guess we cannot just single out and say that अरे cricket क्यों नहीं हो रहा है, या फिर cricket field पे ऐसा क्यों हो गया. Unfortunately, उसका spin off cricket पे आ रहा है, नहीं आना चाहिए, but वो होता ही है. I guess we are all, as I said, we are all part of society, part of humanity. And very clear, are very clear. Some things go beyond sportsman spirit, as Surya said yesterday in the press conference.
Okay, we've got a couple of other questions now. Dwepan, Syed Nizamuddin says ACC chairman is Mohsin Naqvi, who is also PCB chairman. Who are they complaining to? And Bhavik Aswani has a different question. He says, if India wins Asia Cup, will they accept trophy from Mohsin Naqvi?
I was also thinking of this point. Like, will they accept the trophy from Mohsin Naqvi? Like, yes, these are points that needs to be pondered. And what do I say? I will keep repeating myself. Like it I at this point I feel the terror attack did not. Why did it happen? Why, I will just reiterate what Gigi said. Like, that was the saddest thing that could have happened. And then after that, अगर इतना ही problem है तो then don't play ना, don't play. If
Exactly.
then
Absolutely.
take a moral stand and take a moral high ground. Don't give let the money be. Don't play. if you really want it that way, then don't play. We need not host. Even if we host an Olympics, we will not win 50 medals. By hosting an Olympics, some people will make a lot of money. Beyond that, nothing will happen. So
Who are you talking about?
He wants to send you in jail. Send you to jail.
as in like the economy will get a boost. I meant that
Okay.
that the economy will get a boost if Olympics happen, but India will not win 50 medals. So it does not matter. In India, let India not host a few events, na. It does not matter. We should not play Pakistan. I am fine with that. If it is really hurting our sentiments, we should not play Pakistan. We should not make a few finals where T20 World Cup finals, ODI World Cup finals. Then don't come and cry here that why are we not making the ODI final, T20 final? Why are yeah, something like that maybe. Yeah, if suppose India is supposed to play Pakistan in the ODI World Cup semi final, don't play. Forfeit, big deal.
So, Gigi, but there are people who say no, but we want to win the trophy. So, can we have both ways?
No, we can't. No, we can't. I'm sorry. Forget about being a sporting nation then. मुझे इनफैक्ट ज्यादातर व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप्स देख के लग रहा है और मैं सब जगह बोलने वाला हूँ लेट्स स्टॉप बीइंग अ स्पोर्टिंग नेशन नाउ लेट्स बिकम अ नेशन व्हिच इज कन्विंस्ड दैट वी विल नॉट प्ले पाकिस्तान एट एनी लेवल एज डीडी सेड ठीक है कहीं मत खेलो कुछ होस्ट मत करो ठीक है स्टॉप बीइंग अ दिस थिंग and then see take it from there if this is the kind of nation you want to become it's fine I mean but be prepared right now you're seeing a lot of heroism in this whole stand कि अरे हम कहीं नहीं खेलेंगे उनसे कुछ नहीं करेंगे but भाई except for chess football it's not like you are playing with, you know in the world cups जहाँ पर कि वो नहीं आते हैं ठीक है ना तुम खेलते हो ना वो खेलते हैं ठीक है but most of the sports they that you play they also play apart from say chess as I said so cricket hockey a lot of sports where you are there even in athletics they are there so badminton they are not there and you'll have no issues ठीक है बट कल को अगर वहां से कोई बैडमिंटन प्लेयर आ गया तो क्या करोगे तो आई डोंट नो मतलब इसका एंड क्या है आई डोंट नो बट इफ यू टेक दिस काइंड ऑफ अ स्टांस it's going to hurt you very badly and the government has made it very clear that it is going to hurt our sports persons उसके बाद फिर ये सब स्टैंड लेके गवर्नमेंट ने और फिर मतलब उसके बाद ये चीज होना ये थोड़ा सा अजीब लगा मेरे को ठीक है ना ये दिस शुड हैव बीन जस्ट ट्रीटेड लाइक अ नॉर्मल गेम बट आई कैन अंडरस्टैंड कि वही हाथ वाथ मिलाना ये वो अगेन भाई इंडियन प्लेयर्स के ऊपर ऑलरेडी इतना प्रेशर था टू जस्ट टर्निंग अप फॉर द मैच दे डिड वेल फॉर टू डू दैट अगर ये इंग्लैंड के प्लेयर्स होते शायद आधे प्लेयर भाग गए होते एंड इंग्लैंड वुड हैव फील्डेड अ बी स्टिंग साइड ठीक है बट हमारा फुल स्ट्रेंथ टॉप टीम था मीन नोबडी बॉयकॉटेड द मैच नो इंडियन प्लेयर सो आई गेस दिस वाज द नेक्स्ट बेस्ट थिंग दैट इंडियन प्लेयर्स थॉट ऑफ डूइंग बट could have been avoided but unfortunate that it happened on a sporting field but I guess that is the player sentiment that as Surya said in the press conference some things are beyond sports person spirit and all that ये वो but again ये stand लेना था ये सब था तो फिर नहीं आते खेलने के लिए भाई अपने घर बैठते बट अगेन वही है कि नहीं खेलेंगे नहीं कुछ होएगा तो हमारी भी इंडस्ट्री हिट होएगी हम क्या एनालाइज करेंगे बैठ के और हम क्या लिखेंगे क्या करेंगे एन एंटायर स्पोर्ट्स इंडस्ट्री इन इंडिया गेट्स हिट if India starts boycotting tournaments and starts completely
But,
killing its
but
sporting culture because of one country.
the counter to this could be that we have an IPL, and the world is moving towards IPL being the premier sport and running for 6 months. And they have the IPL owners also have teams in other leagues. Gigi, you want to take that?
Let weapon take it first. Then
Yeah.
No, if IPL, if it becomes a 6 month league, I don't have a problem because sport is becoming club dominated sport, and international cricket, barring quality Test cricket, the rest is bad. Let's put it mildly. This Asia Cup has happened. It's been a week now. Not a single match has been watchable. It doesn't happen in IPL. So I don't mind a 5 months, 6 months of competitive club. For me, sport is sport that I am watching is only enjoyable if it is competitive. So I do not enjoy any. Why did I like the India England series? Because it was extremely competitive. Why did I like the India Australia series? Because it was extremely competitive. So I love watching IPL, and if IPL is a 6 month thing, then I don't mind IPL being a 6 month thing at all. Because if there is competition, if sport has competition, I will take it any time of the day.
Gigi, what's your stand?
आई थिंक नहीं 6 मंथ तो बहुत ज्यादा हो जाएगा. आई थिंक आईपीएल जितना
नहीं
अभी 2 महीने हो
नहीं
रहा है.
होगा.
हाँ, नहीं
Yeah.
होने नहीं वाला, वो कभी होने नहीं वाला है. वो ठीक है ना, तो देयर इज नो पॉइंट इन टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट. आई थिंक इट विल बी अ नॉर्मल. देखिए, इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट का एक अपना एक चार्म है. यू कैन नॉट फॉरगेट दैट. ऐसा नहीं है. ठीक है, अभी तक इंडिया जीत रही है, बहुत मजा आ रहा है, सब कुछ अच्छा है. कल को सुपर फोर में एक अपसेट हो गया, कुछ हुआ, और कोई एक टीम ने अगर इंडिया को पलटा दिया, द टूर्नामेंट विल गेट थ्रोन वाइड ओपन, यू नो. और अभी, एज गौतम गंभीर सेड yesterday, I was watching one of his this thing telecaster को interview, he was saying that the tournament is still, there's a long way to go in the tournament. So you never know आगे जाके क्या होता है, you know. These are very typical wickets जितना अपन देख रहे हैं, मतलब ऐसा कोई high scoring tournament नहीं है. So you never know, on the odd day the Indian batting might also collapse, you know. तो अब अनफॉर्चुनेटली एशिया कप को लेकर प्रॉब्लम ये हो गया है कि बाकी टीम्स का स्टैंडर्ड गिर गया है. पाकिस्तान का स्टैंडर्ड गिर गया है, यू नो, श्रीलंका का स्टैंडर्ड गिर गया है, बांग्लादेश का भी स्टैंडर्ड गिर गया है. So that has contributed to the Asia Cup really becoming a weaker tournament than it was. Afghanistan's rise is the most welcome thing about the Asia Cup, you know, and the this thing. So, but international cricket will always have its charm. You know, you cannot rubbish it saying that. जहाँ तक पाकिस्तान की बात होती है, when it comes to one thing that I forgot to say is that other countries are playing them. So if you boycott them or this thing, it's not like they'll be isolated. You know, next month you got Sri Lanka, I think, going there, and South Africa. Both are going and playing a two test series, and I think they are playing a tri series also. ठीक है, तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि the world is looking at it as कि भाई, you know, we should not go to play Pakistan, we should not play Pakistan because that, you know, it supports terrorism. That is something that is, you know, the world sees that as a India versus Pakistan problem. So when you boycott Pakistan, you do take that into account that we'll be all alone in this battle, as a country. So do you want to take that risk and go all alone with no support from anybody else in the sporting world, and risk your sports persons, you know, facing the consequences
You
of
won't
being
do that.
barred
Like
from
I don't,
competitions and
no,
your
I
teams?
don't think India will stand alone in the cricket world because the money is from India. So India will never stand alone. Like Liverpool, they will never walk alone. So India
But
will
अगर
never.
वैसा होता तो then teams would not have
But
planned tours to
no,
Pakistan.
नहीं, but
PCB has
पैसा
agreed for a 5 test tour with Pakistan
हाँ,
from
वो
Four,
कर
28.
four,
लिया.
four, four,
Five tests.
two,
Four, is it?
four, I think.
ECB, England Cricket Board.
Four,
Four
four.
tests.
So
No,
So,
final comments now. Urvashi Rao says, looking at how cute Didi sir is, I'm willing to look beyond his stance on this issue. And we also have a comment from one more person here. What was that? Yeah, Tanya Suri. This light on Gigi sir actually makes his opinions even more interesting.
wow.
So we have comments for
I'm
both of you from
honored.
your. You have turned people over here on this issue, and I use Jindal as the final word because he sent a super chat. He says 100 rupee super chat, and it's for both of you. Sorry, Gigi sir and Didi sir. With due respect, I disagree with your take on the handshake incident. I feel what happened yesterday was perfect and much needed.
opinion is opinion.
Gigi, what's your take?
वेल, वो जो 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 आयुष बोल रहे हैं वो बहुत लोगों के सेंटिमेंट्स है, इंक्लूडिंग माय ओन फादर आल्सो. एवरीबॉडी फील्स दैट अरे नहीं, अच्छा किया, बहुत अच्छा किया इंडियन टीम ने, यू नो, considering the way that the attacks happened and this and that and so forth. But as Vaipan said, not every Pakistani walking on the street is a terrorist. It's not like their cricket team had directly to do something with the attack. Now, I guess people are failing to distinguish between the this thing the sports persons and the terrorists, you know, who don't belong to any religion, any country, nothing. Unfortunately, but then because one country is openly, you know, has supported all along. The feeling in India is that, you know, ki ab it's high time that you take a stand on the sporting field with them. You know, और इसलिए ये सब हुआ है. So it's all an unfortunate situation. That's all I can say. I mean, and I hope some kind of, you know, sense prevails somewhere, and sport goes on. You know, I don't want cricket to stop. Honestly, I don't want sports to stop. I don't want Indian sports persons to suffer. It's very. I'll be very hurt if that happens, and I can see that coming. unless things change. I can see that coming, and I hope and pray that it does not happen.
Okay, on that note, let's. Okay, we have one more super chat from Ayush Jindal, 40 rupee super chat. And he says Fahim Ashraf's Insta story was no less than that of a terrorist. So, any point on that, Didi?
Strong words. Terrorist, these are strong words. I don't want to comment.
Okay. Let's see what happens ahead in this tournament. There's a match going on. There are two matches today. We'll be back again tomorrow. I hope the dust settles on this particular issue or it gathers further steam. Let's see what happens. That's it for today. Thanks a lot, Didi and Gigi, for joining us today and sharing your opinions. We'll be back again tomorrow. Till then, take very good care of yourselves. And to everyone, remember to like, share, and subscribe, and comment and be part of the conversation right here. And to the backend team, thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow. Till then, take very good care of yourselves. It's goodbye and God bless.
Thank you.